All right, hello everybody, welcome to VRML Channel 2. We've got for you a much highly anticipated match in the caster's vote, and as well as the connoisseur vote, I should say. It's going to be YERMA versus PWIME here on Channel 2. On Channel 1, I think we have the third round of a Seattle Beholders and Kangaroos match going on, so wherever you are, you're in the right place, right time, you got your options. I'm Palidore, got Newton Dad with me on the cast here today, and finally our first, of two matches for the streams on Channel 2.
Yeah, we got the return of Gilligan. You know, this is his first season back since season 2 on Wireless Jacks. He joined YERMA in the off season. A little connection to the Veritas Media crew, I guess. But we do see the countdown coming down, a few seconds left, and we will see him out of the tubes here momentarily.
Alrighty, so getting started now. Thank you guys for joining here on this channel. After this, we'll also have. Well, I gotta go and check it out because that name was confusing, but hold on. It's gonna be Agent Pup over to Killer and off into the goal. First one from Agent Pup.
Yeah, giving go and back actually for the first 2 points with a headbutt. Interestingly enough, out of Pup into the net. Interesting way to start off your round and start off this match.
Yeah, and in the next game, so Disorient, Social Circle versus Chaos. Definitely one of those mouthful kind of names. Got to make sure I get that right. But yeah, first of two here. The first points for KWISPY Prime and PWIME, and also
PWIME, yeah.
the possession here now to Queen Cap for YERMA.
Yeah, Queen Cap being the captain of the YERMA team. YERMA being Queen Cap, Roman, Chill Out, and Gilligan. And of course, on the other side, Prime being MG, Bean, Agent Pup, and Killer. Moving into the disc, into the KWISPY Prime bubble there, out of the bubble. Sorry, pass goes through, the disc goes long, and Gilligan on the back line almost to catch that one, as the disc is free in the orange side.
And just struggling to get the disc initially, but Gilligan coming away from that pile and splitting off. The stacks now a little bit slow to the gather, but Queen Cap might be able to take advantage of that. It actually slides right past the hands into the midfield where Gilligan picks it up. Gilligan now searching, and as well as Chill Out, that is, searching for Roman on the bottom of the floor. Maybe their first opportunity there. There's a cross. Good pass. Good finish. 2 points. Tied it up.
Yeah, nice cross pass there. Roman over to Chill Out. You know, they're moving the disc around smoothly as a group, and you like to see that no matter what tier you're looking at. You know, it's always good to see the teams flowing so smoothly together, as this one's even 2-2 with 2 minutes off the clock, and the rollout of KWISPY Prime. We see Bean and MG grabbing the disc at the nest, and the stun out comes fast, but the disc is claimed on the loose disc going into the YERMA side. It's, again, a free disc. Agent Pup claims it and shoots on the net and just nails that 22-meter shot, 17 meters per second.
Agent Pup saying, doggone it, let it loose, and man, that bites. Nice hit.
Let those dogs run, right?
Yeah. It's one of those full confidence flings where it's just, didn't even think about it, just use that pure instinct to get it going. So definitely a nice shot, and maybe a second one on the way. That's another high confidence fling, a little bit low on the shot, the trajectory there, but it's still a rebound coming in from Bean, who sends it right into the goal past Queen, and that's a nice second hit in a row and pretty quick succession. 7-2 favoring KWISPY PWIME.
Yeah, KWISPY with Bean throwing on the brakes down there, down low, just waiting for the team to catch up, but then realized that, nobody's paying attention. May as well try to get this one in here, and does it successfully. As YERMA now rolls out with the disc, and we see Roman tossing up to Chill over and just misses the connection to Gilligan. Gilligan going to try to rein him in there, and does with the fisticuffs, and reclaims the disc. Gets the favor returned by Bean. Bean looking at the disc and the goal and saying, how do I get these two together? Well, the truth is throw it to Pup, and Pup finishes the job.
Yeah, they are absolutely feeling it now. A few consecutive turnovers have produced goal after goal after goal. That makes 3 in a row now, at least here for KWISPY PWIME. They're up by 7 points. Still 6 minutes left in this match, but I think for YERMA, they definitely got to, 1, tighten up the execution on these rollouts, and 2, just slow down the roll of KWISPY, because they are on a really hot scoring pace at the moment.
Yeah, last thing you want to have a team do is gain momentum on you and keep it. So YERMA's got to figure out a way to break this down and do something positive pretty much in this moment, or things are really going to get out of hand. 6 minutes left on the clock. The center happens, but the shot is just a little bit off. It is reclaimed by Bean, and Bean does make the clear. It gets all the way out and off to the other side of the arena.
They need to find their stacks, because there's a lone player split off with an open 3 and gonna make him pay there on that recovery. Agent Pup again fills it up with a 3.
Yeah, Pup definitely being the lead dog in this pack right now.
10 points. Wow.
10 points to their name already of the 12. So this has definitely been on the back of Pup the whole way through so far.
Yeah, that is a lot. I knew he was scoring a lot, but 10 points out of the 12 here. So definitely the hot hand being recognized, and they got to do something to stop Pup, if nothing else, force someone else to start scoring.
Right, MG now sliding around the floor looking for a way to get this out of the mid, but does get the pocket picked there as the disc goes careening high. It is reclaimed by Gilligan. Gilligan looking for a friend and finds one up on the ghost. Cloud Geo. The pass goes through. Queen Cap manages to get there for a second, but MG stuns her out. Gilligan intercepting that one, crossing it in front of the shield. The shot is on, and Chill nails that one for a nice, well-needed 2-pointer.
Well needed is right. They've been in a drought for a little while. The fortunate thing is they're still within single digits, and they have half the round to go in this one, but absolutely needed to stop that bleeding. That was a really great recovery from Chill Out off the assist from Gilligan, coming in strong on that cross, and there was a lot of defense in the way, so it wasn't the easiest play to make. Oh, wow, and the stack, though, taking them off guard. Look at that. Unfortunately, does careen into the midline, where they're going to have to just opt for sort of a deep reset here if they can get the handles on the disc at least, as that goes into the blue zone, where some leeches now go on the feet, and meanwhile, the goalie diving out.
Yeah, YERMA running a double stack at the moment. The first one coming in super fast, and now this one reclaiming the disc back here on the back line. Queen Cap looking around and trying to figure out how to get out of there. Does manage to make the connection now to Chill, pushing it forward to the other stack. That was Gilligan taking the shot off the backboard, and it's in for 3. 20 meters, 8 meters per second on a sheer 35 seconds between the last one. YERMA has the foot on the gas.
Yeah, they need to start doing more of that for sure to kind of undo what KWISPY and Agent Pup in particular have been doing. So great job by Gilligan, who definitely can and will make those on ya, has shown that propensity on the offensive end. And I mean that both in terms of striking and, well, striking, brawling, all synonyms really at the end of the day. But Gilligan, just a pro at pretty much all the aspects you could hope for, especially when it comes to the offensive side of the floor.
Yeah, speaking of offense, KWISPY slowing down their offense quite a bit, just waiting forever for the challenge down at the other end of the arena. Opts again for the back pass, showing great patience, and Bean looking around for where the players are spread out across the arena. Finds the pass up top to Killer. Killer's just walking it in uncontested at the moment. Does a little dipping and dodging around and doesn't get it past Roman with the magnetic hands. And Gilligan reclaims the disc and clears it through.
All right, and that takes a bounce right off the mid lane, going to be picked off here at the roots, sending it to Roman. It's 12-7, about 2:45 remaining. That's going to bounce into maybe a perfect setup. That stat gets there. It's open on the 3. It's quick tap off, though. Defense was in the area. Nice job coming in from Roman, looking like a legionary of a zone. And they are in a zone because they pulled it within 3 points. It's 12-9.
Nice. Roman showing how it's done on both ends of the arena, both in the goal and on the attack. You know, making use of that quick swat, and it definitely was important to do at the moment. Only a 3-point game here now as we see Bean rolling out, looking for the first pass inverted on the ceiling, back to Killer, Killer back to Bean as they slow it down even further. Time is on their side. I mean, as long as KWISPY can hang on to the disc and not let YERMA score, things are going to go their way in this round. So the passing is happening, and the chase is definitely on. The stuns came out on the stack, so the stack is currently broken as they do try to reconvene and roll down onto Bean, but Bean just pushes through the mid, just walking it up.
Now, the thing is, too, they did break up the stacks, but they didn't really push heavily until the stacks just about recovered. That said, they still might get that opportunity. A good grab there. Chill out. Why don't you? Saying that on the shot, trying to freeze them out of another goal. But they got to press more and more because it's only 1:30 left in the clock here for the first round. And a dive out will be a throw down coming in from Killer. And that just might kill them in this round as they are now up by at least a couple of goals.
Yeah, it's going to get a little bit tight on this one. YERMA's going to have to really execute cleanly and or punish a mistake that comes out on KWISPY's side. The rollout coming from YERMA now as they see the clock coming down. And the first grab is from Roman. Roman over the top of Cloud and over to Gilligan's hands. Back to the stack leading off. Roman drops it down to Chill. Chill crossing over the top, looking for the player on the shoulder and just misses it. And it is reclaimed by Agent Pup. That is not what YERMA needs to see at the moment, and is definitely what KWISPY wants to see. MG chasing it down, and they get it through the midline.
You know, that was a really impressive rollout by YERMA, but yeah, the finish just couldn't quite get it, and because of that, the time just not that conducive to a comeback. They need to cause a turnover right now and score on the other end, or else could be just the drag out of the clock here. Numbers ticking down, time ticking down, and Bean, I'm sure, well aware of this, passing it over to MG. And indeed, they're going to walk this in for maybe one more, but they can secure this first round, and there it goes. Agent Pup, who has been the absolute beast offensively for the KWISPY PWIME players, among them. They're going to finish this 16-9 in the first round.
Yeah, really not surprising to see Agent Pup being the instigator there of those last couple points. 12 points already to their name in the first round. Having a heck of a day and really a strong start for this match.
And so with that, yeah, that first round win, this team here in YERMA have had a couple of matches already, and both of them highly successful at that. Some big wins against Geodudes and Luxor. Definitely being challenged here in the first round by KWISPY PWIME. We're taking a look at what they've done so far here. They've played one match. They did lose that against Schrodinger's Disc, a veteran team in their own right. But obviously they put that loss behind them in a quick manner from the other day because, yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, Schrodinger's is a formidable team, so to face them off in their first round and being matched against them says to me that, you know, the settings for KWISPY PWIME is definitely a high aspirational team. It's going to be a platinum, possibly a diamond team. YERMA a little less proven because they've had so much roster switch up, and having Gilligan jump in there, it definitely is an X factor that you can't really calculate very well in the first week of that MMR. So this is an interesting battle because it really kind of will say where YERMA fits best in the ranks, and definitely will speak strongly for KWISPY if they do manage to take them quickly in 2 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. So, because the question has been on the last couple of YERMA matches, because of how well they performed and how high scoring it was in their favor in those wins, where's the limits? How high are they going to climb here this season? Because, they were looking so good, but, same time, it's all about those matchups, and you really want to see if you're YERMA or a YERMA fan, you want to see them get started in the right foot, get a quick score, and, stifle that scoring pace that we saw the last time around from the KWISPY PWIME players. Are just doing so well with the turnovers, causing them, and then punishing immediately as well on a lot of threes, especially in that first half.
Yep. Killer grabbing the disc as it comes rolling out and swings it through, but does get it picked off right away. The long clear just sitting loose and for a while as my mini map is not on, and the actual disc is claimed and thrown through the tunnel on into the Yerma side briefly. Roman on command of the disc now, looking for the pass. Does send a light and slow one through that's read very well by Bean, and Bean clears it through deep into the Yerma side.
And this could be a first score. Oh, but the overshoot going to cost Agent Pup. There's the stacks getting together for Queen Cap and Roman. Queen able to secure that disc, and in tow was Roman. But look at all the players boosting back into the defense quickly. Another overshoot from a few different players. Going to be a loose disc there. Chill Out getting stunned out by Killer, looks like, as Killer does recover. Sends a bouncer directly into the midfield and down again. This could be a throw down from the bottom of the floor for a 3, rebounding it, putting it away, and finally, after about a minute and a half, we have our first score of round 2.
Yeah, the lead dog, Agent Pup, is still involved in the play, even though not on the scoring end of it, but with the killer pass down the line into Bean's hands, and Bean just collects it in and nails that 2-pointer in quick order. We're down to 8.5 minutes left in this round, and it's now Yerma's disc as they roll out and drop it down into the play that I've seen from Wireless Jacks quite a few times. Gilligan now in command of the disc, passing it over to Queen Cap. Queen Cap pushing through, but unfortunately to nobody on the other end of that pass for them, and it gets through into the mid, and that is MG now clearing it deep into the Yerma side.
That bounces into the wedge as well. Roman and Queen in the bubble currently. Gilligan now joining, and a lot of offensive players, a lot of blue joining in the zone with a triangle formation at the bottom, the top, and the side. Gonna go to that side, crossing it over. One more pass, and beautiful team play to get them the 4-point advantage in round 2 now.
Yeah, that one more pass going up to what I like to call the anomaly perch, because Anomaly loves to leave a player back there, but that is a killer position to be in. If you can place a man up there and they get a pass, it is just a deadly spot to be, and the pass goes into the net often. As the rollout comes through for Chill, Chill takes it forward and gives it to Queen Cap. Queen Cap forwarding it off to Gilligan. Gilligan trying to nicely spin that over to Cap for a cut, but it does get red as well. So the disc is loose once again, and it is a stack race to it as the Yerma team does intercept it. Queen Cap getting the cut in from Roman for their first 2 points of this round.
Nice job by the stacks from Yerma, as well as some of the brawls. They really dislodged a lot of the defense there and opened the lane for that great cross. Fundamental play, and easy does it finish. Basically 2-on-1, the goalie was already bothered by one brawler, and just nice open lanes, and a perfect way to set yourself up for success going forward in what has been so far kind of a slower paced round. As a nice grab from Gilligan is going to fade away, and what a shot. He hits it and converts for a 1-point lead.
You definitely have to pay attention to where that stack is when you're playing against Yerma. Gilligan's wisdom of moving a stack around that bubble, it shows, and it shows right there where they step in front of that pass, in perfect position to score, and now take the lead 5-4.
And Sir Tree saying, oh wow, that was tremendous, wasn't it? Deep-rooted problem was that shot from Gil. If he can do that again, they're going to be facing a lot of problems in KWISPY Prime. But that said, they miss on the bottom. Ding, trying to aim for that pocket. Good attempt. Better rebound, though, so this will set them up for maybe some success. Chill Out trying to defend that. A top dunk there. A delivery, that is, onto attempted drive, but just a tough angle to finish from. But another rebound, Newton Dad. And as we know, this tends to cost teams if they can't get those clears, although, as I say that, they do.
Yeah, they do manage to get it through, but the stack of KWISPY is on the mark, and they do manage to chase it down, getting a pass now off to Killer. Killer unloading it down below to Bean, and Bean is deadly down in this zone as he surveys the damage and tries to get a shot in, but Roman is denying it. Several saves from Roman tonight already as the pass goes through from Queen, but Queen doesn't have quite the line on it, and it does get a nice little auto reset at it for Chill. Chill moving it up to the front line and into Roman's hands, but he can't quite get it done this time as he gets stunned out and the clear goes through.
Good defense being played here by KWISPY Prime. Some more stuns, though, in the midline. Gilligan slipping away with the disc, and now they have a rectangle formation, all driving at the same time. Chill Out getting stunned on the right side, but they still have two options on the left. Trying to go now for Chill Out of the stun, but will be tapped out there by the defense. Couldn't quite get the hit on that pass. Good stacks on the connection, and maybe a 3. Wow! Beamed it in, and they did it again. They are back up by a couple.
Bean now carrying the team for this round, I do believe, as the 7 points have come through, and I think all 7 of them are from Bean in this round. He's just, just beautiful execution of that shot. It just finds its mark so cleanly as the rollout comes out from Yerma, trying to answer the call and reclaim this lead as they just lost it. Passes going through and very nicely made to Chill looking around to find if anybody's going to be there, but decides they don't like what they see, so backing it up to Gil throwing it back to Chill out bouncing off the floor just for fun, and then drags it out, but Pup is there to claim it out and send it to the other end.
Important thing here, though, is the stack back and trying to recollect. That said, that's bounced off the old sneeze guard. But good job for both teams really getting quick on the stacks after the clear. Setting up on the defense now, down by 2 points. A little under 4 minutes left in this second round after KWISPY had already taken the first. And so definitely one of those situations where as we get deeper into crunch time, Yerma's going to have to play even more aggressively if they can't get this lead back. And a smackdown from Agent Pup, the hero of round 1. Does it for another one. They're up by 4.
Yeah, I believe that was actually 2 quick passes, so you can blame the third person up the line for seeing that one so clearly. Passing over to Bean, passing into Agent Pup, and Agent Pup sending that one into the net. Yeah, the bleeding continues, and I believe that's several unanswered goals now for KWISPY as Yerma is struggling to find the way to get the lead on this round.
We're seeing like some of these, for instance, on this joust, a couple unforced errors that could be very, very costly, especially if that goal isn't covered off here. A numbers opportunity, potentially, a little side step, a handoff play, one more pass, and again, the team play. Just astonishing here for KWISPY. They have really been willing to go for those extra passes on those bubble attacks.
Yeah, as the timeout comes out, and we could have figured that was going to happen because the lead has extended quite a bit now, so I'm assuming this one came out of the orange side. Just waiting for the instant replay to go away. But yeah, it is called by Orange, and wisely so, because you don't want to see the momentum shifting that far for that long. And Yerma is looking to get in this and stay in it. They've had some moments where they looked really good, and then they've had some moments where KWISPY just took them to task.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, on the launches, some of those launches, just not quite as snappy as you want to see. And we saw especially in that last possession where they had a little bit of fumbling of the disc without the defense on them, and then they were punished for it. So definitely a smart timeout to take. It's easy in the span of an Echo game to kind of get in that type of flow, or negative flow as the case may be, and just recognizing the timeout. Because I gotta say, I've seen in a lot of the games I've casted so far, there are many times this past week that I've been wondering, wait, where is the timeout? And even chat, I've seen it too, where there are some teams where you're thinking, okay, this would be the perfect time to get a pause and just take a minute, and then it never comes. So it's a good recognition here from Yerma's side to be able to say we've got plenty of time, but we do need to talk it over here.
Definitely. Talking it over in the locker room is what some people do. But sometimes they just vibe and dance in the locker room, as we saw KWISPY doing just a moment ago. But yeah, doing how teams take advantage of this time is often indicative of how they're feeling, and it looks like KWISPY is happy to vibe and chill and dance around and spin and have a good time.
Can't wear yourself out too much though. I mean, I know Echo Arena average age is quite young now, but. Gotta conserve the energy. What if you find yourself in a round 3 and then you sweat it out so much dancing during round 2 timeout that you don't execute as well? I'm just saying.
Exactly.
It could happen.
Could happen.
Not now when you're older.
Definitely when you're older.
Yeah,
These guys probably have endless amounts of energy. To be perfectly honest.
Probably.
Probably. At any rate, yeah. I mean, this is fun, and it's great to see these guys battling out. I mean, I always miss VRML season when it's not on, and I crave it when it is when it's back, and I love having it around. And as you can tell, I'm practically always on cast.
Well, hold on here. Are we getting the? We are getting the Wii, aren't we?
What's happening? Oh, we're gonna do a Wii. Okay. Well, maybe this is the way that Yerma gets their heads back in the game. Is they perform a Wii.
I made sure to unmute. All right, perfect. Nice. we got dancing on one end and a much more energy efficient Wii on the other end.
I love it. I love it. I mean, how else to get your head back in the game and get your mentals back online than than a fantastic wee down the wall.
I'm just gonna let that one sit.
Just let it. It's fine.
All right.
It'll puddle up. It'll puddle up.
Oh no. Okay, well that's a violation. Let's go though into the end of this round. 2:40
fired.
remaining. Oh no.
2:40 on the clock as the lead pass goes over the top of Cloud and into Gilligan's hands for a moment, and then out of it, and then back in it as he slaps it forward. And Chill does reclaim it for a moment. Nice pass back, but to nobody. Unfortunately, the thought was there, but the execution not quite online. The Gilligan making the pass underneath, and
that's beautiful.
Of Roman to the front, almost in there. Just so many near misses though for YERMA at the moment.
You know, I love the pass. It was very contested. This thing. It was a perfect pass with the stun from the defense. They were all over that one. And you can see it even here. Look at that. Just perfect coverage from the defense. They still somehow get it back. Unfortunately, Bean is also in the zone. So Bean just keeping the eyes up as Gilligan gets stunned. And now they stack out. A really successful defensive play coming in from KWISPY PWIME. And they might have themselves a 3 online, but kind of hooked it to the side and will give opportunity for defense to get back in the zone as Agent Pup, gets stunned out and anchoring off as Gilligan with a clear.
Yeah, Gilligan with that clear, but KWISPY had all the reason to score back there on the other end because they had their numbers and they had what looked like a lot of time, but didn't get the execution quite online as that becomes a self-pass off the wall, I do believe, to MG and back, and it just becomes a loose disc now as the chase is on. The claim is there, but it does not get cashed in as it gets thrown toward the goal, but just a little bit wide. A little scrum out there in the trap, and Gilligan does clear it through to the other side.
Now an opening there. See, there's 3 players for YERMA kind of in the same zone, but none of them were really able to stack together. So could have gotten them an open opportunity. Now they're going to have to work it in a much more difficult fashion in a spot where they don't have a lot of time. Only a minute on the clock, so they're resetting here, but they have got to start moving and moving now. Throwing it down, there's Roman, but a big steal coming in from MG, and will machine gun that one out the tunnel, looking to secure this round and this match potentially in 2 with 50 seconds left.
Yeah, 50 seconds, a pretty hard hill to climb there to score 2 threes for YERMA. KWISPY looking to put the ice on this thing and call it a night as the disc goes deep and long into the KWISPY zone, but nobody's there to claim it. All the stacks overshoot it. Agent Pup claims it and throws it through to the tunnel, but it doesn't find an intended target as we hear the 30-second timer going off, and this round is getting to be do or die time. MG with the disc dancing around the front and putting the ice on this game. To 13-5 at the current score.
Big hit from MG just to cap things off there in the goal, flinging from that anchor position. And there you go. This YERMA team who have been dominant in this first week in their matches have now hit a force of nature in KWISPY PWIME, not able to score, to the capacity that you're used to seeing from this team. And that was predicated, honestly, off a lot of great defense from KWISPY PWIME. They were playing so well in that regard and just kind of had them out of their game on YERMA's side.
Definitely, the defense was in the face of every offensive player from KWISPY's defense on every offensive YERMA player's face. Stealing the disc, getting the punch, turning around the disc and getting it to the other end of the arena tonight. And a great job and a beautiful game from KWISPY PWIME. Hadn't seen them before and happy to see them a lot more this season. They're going to do some stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that will be their first win of the season in 2 tries. This was YERMA's 3rd match and couldn't quite find it this time to the same degree because let me pull up the stats real quick because, it was the total scores of the last couple of matches. YERMA versus Luxor, 45-17, the combined scores there. It wasn't 3 rounds, however, but still. And then the last match was 31-4 favoring YERMA. So 45 points, 31 points combined. And then this one, 14 points combined. A really stark contrast there. But again, having seen those other matches as well, I do feel like this was the sturdiest defense I've seen played against them on the whole. I mean, I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, definitely impressive. Fun stuff. What we got next, Palidore?
Next, about 4 minutes away, taking a look, we have got Chaos versus that long-named team, Disorient Social Circle. That's going to disorient me.
Definitely, me too.
But yeah, we do have that coming up in about 4 minutes, so we are going to go to a quick intermission here. But congrats again to KWISPY PWIME, their first win. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Don't go too far because we have one more cast here on Channel 2. Be right back.
Yes.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Yes.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We are back here on Channel 2 with our second of 2 matches up in a row. As Newton Dad noted there, excess players all up in the arena, but looks like they're clearing out now, so we're about good to go. Welcome back, everybody. Following that KWISPY PWIME match versus YERMA, we now have Chaos versus Disorient Social Circle. 3-part name. How could you, team? How could you do that to us? But Disorient.
DSC.
I wonder if you did that. Yeah, it almost spells disc. Almost.
Maybe that was the thought. And the only thing you're missing is I.
Yeah, well, there's no I in team, especially not in theirs. So, well, actually, there's a couple, but never mind. Anyway, in the chat there, we see Akio say they're asking, why not Spag versus Dallas? For the last match or this match? Hype votes. That's why, I think. Rest assured, we pay attention to those kind of things, and, you know, I think there was a heavily lopsided thing there. Let's see. Yeah, 27 to 17. No, that's purely why. Now, because the order of things, it's like, Master will get priority, generally speaking, but as far as beyond Master, the rest of the ladder, it will largely come down to like 2 things. Hype votes, how many times has the team been casted, if they've been casted at all, and then, you know, a variety of other things. But that's purely why, to be honest. Anyways, yeah. No prediction polls in Channel 2, that is correct. And what's up, Outback Blaze? Good day to our OCE folk as well. All right, round 1 about to start. I'm Palidore, Newton Dad joining me on this cast, and this will be the second and final one here on Channel 2 tonight. So let's go.
Yeah, I'm curious by the thought here because they just readied up and it's a 3v4 right now. Chaos
Oh.
is down a man. Dano McFabulous with the disc though, and rolling it through the tunnel as the stacks are on, and Burden Boy does manage to clear that one around, literally around the tunnel as it swirls all the way through. Egret with a hand on it temporarily, but it does manage to get thrown through deep into the side of Disorient, and is reclaimed by Muted Monster. And it's in.
Beautiful hit there off of the pass, cutting it to Geek. And Geek 101 taking them to school, I guess, for the first couple of points. And Twitch chat there, Reality Check asking how many casts you guys do per day on average. Hard to say exactly. I can tell you that we do collectively like well over 100 hours of casts per month across each season. But as far as how many per day, it definitely varies. Earlier in the week, there's less casts for sure. Like Monday, Tuesday aren't super busy. The later you get into the week, and the weekend, more and more casts. Like today, we've probably had, as far as casted matches, I'll estimate maybe like a dozen or so. So, yeah, plenty of casts, dozens if not hundreds of hours across the weeks.
Definitely a lot of things, and just kind of depending on who's available is how many actually get done as well. As I'm getting my overlay corrected up, and I have Chaos in blue now.
Oh,
Yes.
true.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm not.
You're good. You're not good?
Apparently not. There we go. We're right. We're good.
All right, there we go. Chaos pushing the disc deep into Disorient circle. I'm disoriented by this.
Same. But into the back of the wall there, some more disorientation there. They try to find the disc, having to spin a few different times before Geek gets the recovery. Geek trying to translate that into the goal and had two players draped over him as well as a goalkeeper eyeing him down, and yet still threw it down. That's a 4th point, the 2nd score, and a tough one through a lot of drapery.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to sometimes get through the traffic, but somehow they managed to do it. You know, we'll see if Chaos can answer the call here, as it now is a 4-0 lead on the side of Disorient. The first pass does make it through to Rainsy, and Rainsy was attempting to throw it forward to Dipman. Dipman's returned it to, or I think, the Chaos team. I'm not sure if he was on before in a season or so ago, but Chaos being one of the OG teams around in VRML is, you know, a steadfast stalwart. As the disc now is just bounced wide by Rainsy, picked up by Muted Monster, and thrown high over the top to the shoulder of the waiting friend up there, but the shot is just a wee bit off. The shot, again, returned through the mail slot toward the back of the net, and does not happen for the relay, as the disc does get cleared out.
Yeah, a lot of mustard on some of these passes and throwdowns. See if they can get that one to go down. No! Leonite not able to convert on that one either. Too low, but another rebound yet. Tapped over to Geek. Perfect communication. The cross pass to the anchored player. A handoff. Oh, that was dirty. I wish you made that because that was going to be nuts. Yeah. Oh, why didn't you make that? I hate that you didn't make that, but that was such a great move. Okay, it's going to be passed down below to Geek. Dang it, I'm so mad. Geek with the disc as Dano takes it away. Oh, I was going to lose my mind, and another shot decline off the backboard, and again, no charm, but they'll finally get it through on the head. Geek off of Egret, I think.
Yeah, Geek does bounce it off of Egret's noggin. And, you know, the style points were on fleek there, as they used to say back in the day. But the execution was not going all the way through. So deny until that check was finally cashed for those 2 points. And it now is a 6-point lead.
I've never been more furious at a Steve's play not working. That was that was so smooth up until the ding. Oh, well.
Maybe he'll try it again.
Oh, man. We'll see.
So Rainsy just slowing things down as the Chaos team tries to, you know, limit the chaos going on in play in this match, as they do break it open with their first 2 points of the round. 2 points to the name of Dano McFabulous on the back of Rainsy passing over. So nice to see the Chaos guys on the board.
Yeah, way to do it, Dano McFabulous. Of course, you talked about the history of this Chaos team, and Dano being the constant. You know, one of the, like I said, longest standing teams, but if you go look at their team page, also a lot of roster changes over the last couple of years as VRML has progressed and grown so much. Just throwing it right there into Dipman's arms, and Dano with a recovery. This Chaos team, in fact, had that what was it, the 5 overtime match back in Season 1 versus Space Force, which I believe has been tied over an OCE between Team Pineapples and somebody else. Someone remind me, we have some OCE folk in there. But yeah, this is a storied team, to summarize.
Chaos was actually our sister scrim team back when I was on Alcoholics as well. So I mean, I have a warm spot in my heart for these guys as well.
Right.
As the long shot goes through off the ceiling, and it is reclaimed by Muted Monster just outside that 3-point zone. So now we see a 9-2 extension of that lead. Chaos really up against the wall here as the second half of the round goes into effect. They have to start racking up some points.
Yeah, definitely. They've got a lot of time to do it. I mean, there's single digits. They're still fine. I think those are always, I guess, the moral victories you have to take is when you feel like you're in a total off-rhythm kind of scenario like Chaos is at the moment. But then you look at the scoreboard, you look at the time, you're saying, okay, well, it feels like it should be worse than it is, which I know kind of sounds bad, but honestly, it's the mentality you have to take. It's like, we're not down that much. We got a lot of time, so even though it feels bad, this might feel a little worse as it goes right down center. Wow, what an underarm fling from Monster. But that's the main thing, is trying to focus on the positives or the I guess the constructive critiques and trying not to get too down in the dumps about just the pure negatives.
Yeah, I mean, keeping your head game straight in this game is a lot of what needs to happen. I mean, unfortunately, just adding insult to injury is Muted Monster. Intercept and another 3 on the board as the bleeding just continues. Unanswered points on top of unanswered points now.
Yeah, Muted Monster just trying to put a mute on us, saying, nope, Chaos ain't going to come back in this round. I am going to shut the casters up and shut the door on this one. I mean, there's still 3.5 minutes, but they are on just a blazingly hot scoring pace at the moment, so it'll take quite a bit for Chaos to get back in it, and the turnover not going to help, as it will be a tap-off there from Leon Knight, anchoring and throwing down from the 3-point zone.
The last thing you want to do when you're down is help out the other team by giving them easy mistakes. And, this is the moment when you need to slow down. You need to think about what you're doing. Perhaps take that timeout.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe it's just too far gone in this one, and you just want to say, okay, we're just going to ride this one out and try again next round. A lot of teams are not first round teams. They don't play well in the first round. They don't read. All they're doing is basically reading the other team as they get established. Egret connecting finally for their 3-pointer. A little help from Denim and Fabulous feeding it forward. But it's good to have something positive to talk about at the break, and maybe this is what Chaos is going to do, is start getting some positive flow going.
Oh yeah, I can verify firsthand. So in the offseason when I was playing for NEPA and the Denver Raptors, we were definitely not a first quarter team. A little different format in NEPA, but yeah, our first quarters consistently in scrims and our matches were always so low scoring, and no matter if we warmed up or not, it took a little while to kind of warm up into the flow of a match. That's just the reality of it. But once you get things going, and later in the rounds, you kind of stop thinking about the stream, or you stop thinking about, or you've already made the adjustments to the other team. You kind of know what they're generally trying to do. It gets easier as the game goes on. But so far, I mean, it's been so good. As another shot there with a power and authoritative move as well. Just, you can kind of sense a little bit of the anger coming through in that dunk. But I like to see it. A few more scores as we do end this round in the next minute and a half.
I mean, that's 2 scores in a row for Chaos after 4 unanswered scores from the side of Disorient. So the momentum, even minutely, is shifting. So that's going to be some good things to talk about in the locker room in the middle. As the pass does make it through, and might be another couple points here. Woo! It is a couple points from Muted Monster, as they sling it from the front side of the goal, in a kind of a backhand over the head thing. It was a beautiful shot.
Also, Outback Blaze, thank you for clarifying that. So yeah, Pineapples and Talos. Season 3, 5 overtime, so cheers for that. Yeah, two 5 overtime matches in VRML history, at least casted, that I know of. As another turnover. Man, is that Monster again?
Monster.
Yes, it was. Muted Monster is absolutely beasted in this round. And on that note, I have another...
points. Sorry, go ahead.
Another question, too. So that move that he missed earlier, that Steve's move, the bounce off the nest, something similar happened once last season. Can anyone clarify? Was that Muted Monster? Like, was that me casting when he did that, like, 4 months ago? Because that happened once. It was not... The one that if he hit the one today, today's would have been better. But the one from last season was nice, too. Just curious.
Yeah, Muted now has 14 points in this round alone, so he's on a blistering pace himself. Leonite getting stunned out with possession, but the disc does not manage to get cleared out of the blue side, so it gets thrown back into their zone and into their bubble, and yet another point, this time for Geek 101 with the assist by Muted Monster. And we see 25-7 as this first round winds up.
That's a pretty massive scoring mark to be hitting here as well. 25 points is certainly no joke at all. So, I don't know. Chaos here, as you said, maybe a timeout much earlier in the round could have been helpful potentially, but once we got to that 3-4 minute mark and it was already in the excess of a dozen plus points advantage, I think they need to use this timeout, this intermission, to the maximum effect, and also keep in mind that they can use it again later. But I know more than anything, this intermission probably hurts the social circle players because they don't want to stop. They want to just keep scoring until they hit 100 if they could have it their way.
Definitely. I mean, I would too. Why stop? Let's keep going, guys. We're on a roll. But you're seeing the stats and just insanity happening from the social circle side. 14, like I said, out of Muted Monster. And, the stuns coming in from Burden Boy, and the distribution of points. They got 6 points out of Geek and 3 out of Leonite. Still, equally spread out and nice on the side of Chaos. You have 3 scoring members on that side as well, just not the numbers as high. The assists are a little bit light. The saves are very strong because they're getting shot at quite a bit. There's some things that Chaos could do to tighten this up a bit, and probably will in this coming round.
All right, well, time will tell, and that time is now, apparently, because the second round about to start. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us here, either on VRML 1 or 2 across the evening. But happy you guys are joining here. I think we're the lone channel running at the moment, so glad to have you guys. I'm Palidore, Newton Dad casting beside me. Round 2 underway.
As the Chaos team just gathers a disc after the joust and forwards it up to Dano McFabulous, who's got some time and looking around, does choose to do the back pass to Rainsy. Rainsy pushing it forward under pressure, and Dano getting the disc back from Egret after off the top, and starting this round out right for them with a 2-point lead.
Yeah, how about that? Round reset, as I said, and just the 0-0 is perfect to be able to wipe off the negative feelings from the yester round, basically. Just come out the gates, score first, and as I said, establish that pace. And you touched on it earlier on as well. Some teams, they're second round teams. So Chaos, maybe that could be a sign of things to come here.
I mean, with a history as long as Chaos, you've got to be able to relate, any team to pretty much another team you've seen in the past sometime. And maybe it's just a matter of saying, you know what, guys, we need to play this team like we played or whoever it was back in the day. And here's how we figured them out. So having that history does come into your advantage. And maybe this is what we're going to see in this round, or maybe what we're going to see is more of this great breakaway play from Social Circle. That one didn't quite pay off, and Dano does reclaim it and is now getting pressured and pushes it out of the zone.
We saw a couple of those misses in that first round. Granted, it did not cost the Disorient players too much, obviously, but certainly in this round, you want to get started off the right way as well, and so far, they have not been able to score in the first minute and a half, and they've lost the disc a couple of times. Now, a change of fortune could be underway, though, as a pickup by the Social Circle players, or rather by the Chaos players, and Social Circle now on the defense, I should say, as it will be some nice disc control, and I like this. They're looking calm, not too panicked, although the pass a bit too long and covered in the lane could open things up for a maybe open 3 here in a second.
Yeah, Monster is a monster reader. They definitely got in the middle of that one and picked it off, throwing it down long and setting up this play. But Chaos now retaliating with a little boost and clear. Let's see if the following chain is able to... Nope, not able to rein it in, but Dano McFabulous does finally get a hand on it. Egret posts up, and the throw goes off the Geo, unfortunately for Chaos, and Burden Boy just loses the handle on it as well. As the swat goes forward, and the shot goes in, unfortunately, off of the side of Geek. I think Geek might have pulled it in, or it might have been a technical goal.
Yeah, no, that was just pulled it into the goal. You can kind of see Geek end there on the swing around. And could have been one or the other. Either way, not too happy about it, but... still, I mean, points are points, and Chaos has so far secured all 4 of them and has held down, and maybe will continue to hold down the Disorient players as that goes deep down the floor, but picked off and sent back to the wedge, or Muted Monster, who, as you noted, was a monster in that last round, seeing if they can do it again.
A free disc now, as Dipman manages to get a hand on it before anybody else can get there. It bounces through and to the waiting hand of Egret. Egret lines it up, but doesn't quite have the dialed in. The bounce comes back, so Egret may get another chance at this one, or they may pass up. They do get stunned before they can do anything positive with it, as the SWAT goes through. Nice vertical bounce, and it looks like the backline player of Dipman is going to come up and claim it, pushing it up and getting it and immediately intercepted, coming right back into the Chaos side.
Yeah, unfortunate because it could have been an open 3 on the other side, but this time they might be about to eat one. No, Dano McFabulous feeding them a knuckle sandwich as Dano takes it away, but has to be careful. There is still defender latched on and will get the clear nonetheless. There's the stacks coming out. Some good leeches on one side will enable the players for Disorient to get the disc back for a moment, but a haphazard clear will bounce over the mid lane. Another tap and another haphazard clear into the interception. Certainly some chaos here on the field, as is often the case, and it will be a race to the disc with another open goal potentially, but picked off once more. Question is, which team is going to get those first few passes and slow it down and gain control?
Yeah, I don't know, Palidore. I mean, it's all chaos and disorientation at this point because the disc is not going any definitive side at the moment as the play just goes back and forth from side to side. Burden puts on the brakes, looks back and tosses back, has Monster and throws toward the side wall. We might see a bounce or a claim, but no, Dano claims that one and says, I'm going to take care of this one. Scoops it off the floor and looks like it's going to go through, but it does manage to clip the Geo along the way. The pass going back in on the side of Disorient, but finds Geek and then gets smacked as he's trying to connect the pass. Burden Boy with the disc for a moment, and then Dano getting sent out. Rainsy in the neighborhood as well grabs it and throws it through into the side of Disorient.
It's uncanny, though, isn't it, how much one round could change the whole flow of a game. You're talking about a team that just scored 20 plus the last round, and they have not been able in half the round now. We're just about the 5-minute mark exactly. They've not been able to score once. A stark contrast. Leon Knight attempting to cast that reel, but another pickoff, and again to chaos. So really struggling to find that offensive rhythm for both teams to a degree, but it's especially noticeable for this team who just scored 20 plus.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's uncanny. I'm disoriented by that as well. My head's going around in a circle, and the disc is reclaimed by Egret. Egret looking up for the pass, finds it, and Dano has Dipman free in the middle there. It doesn't quite get it to there, but Egret intercepts it, and then the pass goes back over to Dipman's side. Dipman now looking across the floor, gets picked off. The clear does not make it through, but the free disc is now claimed temporarily by Orange, but then picked up by Dano. Dano getting his getting his pocket picked, and Leonite pushing across to the open player.
So Cilia really now stuck. That nearly went through that bottom slot. That was an impressive look and near hit. Still might have it yet, but a great snag coming in from Rainsy, trying to save the day and keep that score at, well, what it is, which is to say, locked at the donut for Disorient. Chaos now trying to get back on the offense, but once again, just a series of clears, boosts, and then possession changes over and over thus far in the second round has produced a very starkly unscorable game, it seems like, where there's just a cap on that goal, and then maybe Caster's cursed it. No! Reversed it into the backboard and rebound, and will still be without a score for the last, 6 minutes?
It's been a long time. Dipman with the disc, throwing high, finding the pass, but the shot is just wrong and man, just barely missed. Monster with it and chucking it through into the other side. We have the stacks are there, and the nice long throw through. 4 minutes and 8 seconds is the read. 18 meters per second from 20 meters out for the 3-pointer to bring this to a 1-point game. Amazingly, this is only separated by 1.
So at the moment, Rainsy is out, but there's been no timeout called, it seems like. Interesting. So I guess the second time that they've launched here 3v4 in the game, dating back to the opening of the first round, right? Not sure what's happening there. Maybe miscommunication. They don't realize the player's gone. Either way, maybe it won't matter. Dano is able to secure it for at least a second. But yeah, they're still playing a man down, it looks like.
I mean, these guys played back when the game was 3v3, so maybe it just doesn't phase them at all that the missing a player.
Well, that's
but Dipman
sad.
just missing that cross and Rainsy picking it up, trying to just control the disc and the time clock here because 2 minutes and 15 seconds are left on the clock. Now, if they don't get this disc clear, they're going to be in danger. And they do manage to get it through. The boost is there. Dipman and Dano. The shot is a little bit wide, but just coming into the hands of Egret on the other side. Crossing again. Just get it picked off again. Monster is always in the right spot.
Seems like it, absolutely. Got to be careful because there's the stacks coming through once more, pressuring a very fast clear down the floor. Stacking to it, Disorient Social Circle will maintain. Muted Monster, an anchor clear that bounces into the mid lane. There's a few defenders there, however. It slides past all of them. Now will be maybe a shot taken, not made. The ding, the rebound, the cleanup, and a 1-point lead. Just the same, going to Disorient Social Circle, courtesy of Geek.
Yeah, Disorient showing how strong their teamwork is and how they're following through even when the shot's thrown. And, you know, with confidence from your teammate, you need to be right there in case that thing doesn't go in the net. And that's what they demonstrated right there to get that 1-point lead and now to put the pressure on Chaos as the time is running out.
Certainly a pressured clear. Looking to be picked off there by Geek again. Now they are in that control. 1 minute left, and it is indeed all about control. Though the one thing that both teams have not been able to find a ton of in round 2 in particular. Quick score here could be damaging, and just losing the handles there on a quick, I'm not even sure what that was, but just a quick fling. That still will be a backboard pass. They put this home, and they do. It's Muted Monster. Now they're going to force Chaos into a situation where they almost need to consider that 3 in this next offensive joust.
Yeah, this is do or die time for Chaos. They have to get on the board, and they have to get on the board with 3 to stay in this. Otherwise, they're just going to go home with the L. So here they come out of the tubes, and it is going to be handled by Dano Fabulous. Dano skirting it downfield, but not finding the teammate. The disc comes back into the Chaos side. The shot is on. Actually, long pass is on, and Leonite puts the ice on this one as that is the game.
And 9-4, and with that, the 2-round sweep. A much more effective round on the whole from Chaos, able to stifle the circles, the social circles of the Disorient variety. Man, that's going to kill us across the season. But that said, 9-4, much lower scoring. But unfortunately, almost too chaotic for anyone's own good. And because of that 1-round buffer, we find ourselves here with a sweep. And Disorient did great.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, a new combination of team, not unfamiliar names by any stretch of the imagination, right. But it looks like to be a good combination of players, which will be curious. I'll be curious to see how they fare in this season. There's going to be a lot of scramble at the top of that ladder. There's going to be a lot of competition. Some really good, strong teams up there. So getting into the rarefied air of that Challenger Cup is going to be exceptionally hard. And so I do wish them all the luck in the world, all of them.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Honestly, that's the case for North America. It's the case for Europe as well in that promotion relegation system. We're seeing a lot of those diamond teams. There's a lot of intrigue in terms of, there's some teams who didn't make it to qualifiers or otherwise and are kind of now climbing back up the ladder and are looking to really do some damage in the Diamond Division, but it applies to both our regions here. I think it's going to cause a lot of intrigue, like I said, combined with these up-and-coming teams who are looking to continue climbing that ladder into Diamond and so on. Because a lot of the Diamond teams you see right now currently are also the teams who were Platinum or Gold just a season or 2 ago. So it's all about progression here. That's why it's a ladder. But all I know is three cycles to kind of watch how this all unfolds, and I think it's just going to be as competitive as ever.
Really great.
So Outback Blaze asking any more matches? I don't believe so, at least here on the NA side for now. And my apologies for not being around on the OCE side as I usually am. My sleep schedule is a very certain way right now. I'm also trying to maintain that, but we are going through some new caster training. Tomorrow, actually, is when we'll start getting those guys on. I know there's a couple of OCE casters in there, so very hopeful that in this next week you're going to see an uptick in your OCE cast. But, apologies on my end. I'm just... sleep is not currently conducive to the normal midnight hour streams that I did like the last couple of seasons, but you'll see me, just not yet. But yeah, no problem, Ivan. Reality check, a great game, B-Love in there, great job production team. Thank you, appreciate that. King, but it was bussin', as the kids say. What was the other one you said? On fleek?
On fleek, yes.
Yeah. Gabe as well, and Gish Nishku, all you guys, Griffin, thank you for joining us here today. Newton, Dad, any final thoughts or words, or shall we close?
If you need a definition of on fleek, ask your parents. So, but that's it for me.
My shirt is very transparent right now. There we go. Okay. So, from VRML Channel 2, I've been Palidore, that's been Newton Dad. Twitch chat, you've been on fleek, and it's been neat. Be happy, healthy, safe, and be great to each other. We're going to see you again real soon.
And we're underway.
VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.